Yo guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video on my channel here. Now in today's video, guys, I'm going to be bringing you a lockdown defense in Madden 21. Today we're going to be going over nickel normal, buck slant show 2. I'm going to give you guys a few setups that are going to really help you win more games in Madden 21 with this defense, and I'm going to talk about multiple different topics, and I'm going to go over the pre-play adjustments and then the setups. Now quickly, before we get in the video, guys, if you want to follow me on Twitter and Twitch, link is down below. You know the drill. Also, if you want to check out my two most recent videos, they're going to be in the top right of your screen right now on the card. And other guys, let's go ahead, let's get into it. Okay guys, so today this play is going to be the buck slant show 2. It is out of the nickel normal. That is currently what I'm using right now. Now this formation's in a lot of different playbooks, but I'm currently using the 4-6 playbook. But I believe it's in a lot of others as well. It will be the pinned comment down below, all of the defensive playbooks that have it. I'm currently running the 4-6 defense. Now, in terms of, first of all here, as my coverage coaching adjustments here, ball in the air defense is play ball, and then flats are 5 yards and curl flats are 20 yards for my zone drops. And now let's move on real quick here to the substitutions. Now how you're going to access this menu is you're going to press R1 in your controller, and what I did was I subbed in 2 linebackers on these outside edge rushing positions, and then I subbed in my 2 best edge rushers overall, my 2 best defensive linemen in these positions. The reason why is because whether the play is flipped or not, basically what's going to happen is one of these guys is actually going to be on a zone, so that's why I have linebackers here. That way they're going to be basically better equipped to play positions as opposed, or like coverages, as opposed to defensive linemen. So now what I also did as well is I subbed in 2 safeties at linebacker. So I subbed in Tedrick Thompson at the left linebacker spot, and then Armani Watts at the right linebacker spot. So basically the play we're going to go over today, as I mentioned before, is going to be this buck slant show 2, and I'm going to be showing you guys a couple of different adjustments and a couple of different setups that you can use to win games and just overall play lockdown defense. So guys, let's go ahead and let's get into the play. Alright guys, so what we will be doing in this video is we will be running it against a couple of different formations: gun trips tight end, gun bunch tight end, gun bunch, and then also gun tray Y flex. I'm currently using the Oakland Raiders playbook for this. But so basically what we're going to do in this play is we are first going to go and we're going to base the line, which could be triangle and then right on the left stick. Now also you're going to see here that we do have 2 seam flats, a 3 reception hook, which is actually a very good zone, and then also a couple of deep zones on the field. Now the next thing we're going to do, guys, is we're going to press, which is going to be triangle down the left stick. And then what we're going to do, that's basically just going to bring your cornerbacks down. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to shade over the top, which is going to be triangle up on the right stick. Basically what this is going to prevent is not only you getting beat over the top, but also it's going to change the seam flats into curl flats, which play better just overall. Then the next setup here, or the next adjustment we're going to do, is we are going to take this blitzing linebacker right here, and then also this player here, this corner that's blitzing, and we are going to go and we're going to actually man them up. Now how we're going to do that, you can either do it one of 2 ways. You can either click onto the player, press X, flick the right stick up, and then man them up on a player, or you could just go double tap triangle if you want to do the slot corner that's blitzing, or you double tap the right D-pad for the linebacker. We're going to press the cornerback or linebacker icon, flick the right stick up, and we're going to man them up on one of the receivers. So currently I have this linebacker manned up on the tight end, and then I also have the slot corner that's blitzing. I have him manned up on the slot receiver. And then also what you can do as well is, to better be more equipped, you can just go and move these players just a little bit here. So I'm going to move this linebacker right here, and then I also move the slot corner in a little bit. And then the last adjustment, which is optional, is just you're going to pinch your defensive line, which is left on the D-pad, down the left stick. So basically this is going to be the setup here. It's a very simple setup. You have 2 curl flats on the field, as well as 2 of the receivers manned up. Really, you're just going to kind of watch over the middle here, and you're going to want to keep your eye on the running back and then also the 2 other receivers that are not manned up. Now what I would recommend as well is either put your user player on a blitz, which is down on the right stick. If you're doing coverage adjustments right here, if you press X down the right stick, or you double tap the D-pad, press the icon down the right stick, or a spy, which is going to be left on the right stick. So I'm just going to do a spy for the purpose of this video. What it does is it gives you more agility, and it will basically allow you to better cover, certain certain routes. So we're just gonna head into this real quick, and you're gonna see that we're just gonna cover over the middle, drop down to cover this Texas route. And as you can see, it's pretty much a broken play. Now unfortunately, he does end up finding a man right there, and we miss a lot of tackles right there. But essentially, you saw that it was pretty much lockdown. We're just gonna go in instant replay though. I'm just gonna show you the players that were, I'm just going to show you this play. So first of all, we're going to go to the tight end right here, who I had one of my linebackers manned up on, and it is Darren Waller, who is one of the best linebackers in the game. You're going to see that this corner route, yes, there is some separation, but he did not throw there in the CPU, which is a good thing. Next, we also have the other receiver that was manned up, which is the slot guy, Hunter Renfro. You're going to see that he's manned up pretty well right here on this flat route. You know, you're not really going to be able to throw it. He's going to be manned up pretty well. Then we're also going to move on here to this outside corner or outside player. You're going to see that he kind of gets open right here, but pretty much you're going to play lockdown defense pretty much with this. You know, you're always going to have things open on defense. I mean, it's just going to happen. And then we also do have right here as well the slot receiver on this post. You're going to see that this is going to be covered. And then what I did as well, since the running back is going to be coming down on the Texas route, I just went and I picked him up right here. Most likely the opponent is either going to throw to that post or he's going to throw to the Texas route, and he wouldn't have been able to throw either. So there you go. So basically that's going to be the first setup here. Really, really simple setup. And now we're going to move into the second setup. All right, guys, so now we're running against Gun Bunch tight end. So for the second setup here, what we're going to do is we're going to start it off the same. We're going to baseline, press, and then what we're going to actually do here is instead of shading over the top, we're actually going to shade underneath and then over the top, which should be triangle down the right stick, then triangle up on the right stick. What this is going to do is it's going to take your seam flats and it's going to turn them first into hard flats and then cloud flats. I like to use cloud flats because in my opinion they play better than hard flats, and they play underneath better. And then also what we're going to do here is we're going to do the same thing as last time. We are going to take these two guys here, the linebacker and the cornerback that are blitzing, and I'm going to man them up on receivers. So right now I'm going to man this linebacker up on X, and then I'm going to man triangle up on triangle. So basically this is going to be the setup. You know, the only differences between that and the other setup was that this time there are cloud flats on the field, but basically you're still going to have to cover the middle, and also remember to pinch your defensive line. It is an optional adjustment. I just like to do it. But pretty much here, what you're just going to watch is just over the middle, and then you're going to want to play different routes. And just remember as well to spy or blitz your player right here. So as you can see, he does end up doing a run play, so I will do this again. But as you can see, that actually stopped the run pretty well. So once again, baseline press, shade underneath and over the top. Man up this player, pinch the defensive line. So as you can see, it was a very, very quick setup right there. You know, nothing really too complicated about this. And what we're going to do, as you can see, unfortunately, that guy did get open. I don't know why I think Tyrann Mathieu, I don't know why he did not go and try and jump that route. But essentially, we're going to watch this again on instant replay, and I'm just going to show you. So basically what I did was I dove down on the running back. So you're going to see that I kind of went down the running back, but I probably shouldn't have looking at it because Anthony Hitchens would have had him pretty well right here. And also you're going to take a look as well on the tight end. You know, the coverage was, you know, not really that great, but you're going to see right here that also this player right here, L'Jarius Sneed, he was right here, so he wouldn't have been able to really throw that corner. Then we also are going to have this receiver right here who ended up getting thrown to, or actually that's not the right receiver, but as you can see, the cloud flats played the flats pretty well. And then we also have the receiver triangle that was manned up on. You're going to see that it was pretty good man coverage right there. It was pretty good. Now, I don't know why Tyrann Mathieu did not jump this route, because as you can see, he definitely could have jumped this route. I don't know why he chose not to. You know, usually a player would not throw this because it's a very risky pass, but you're going to see here that, I mean, this is a pretty lockdown coverage once again here. There's nothing really too open on this play. I mean, you're always going to have things that are going to be a little open, and, you know, obviously you're going to have players cook and whatnot. It's going to happen. No defense is perfect. You just have to look at it that way. But now, guys, we're going to do the third setup against Gun Bunch. All right, guys, so we're going against Gun Bunch here. So the setup is going to be the same as the first two in terms of the beginning. So we're going to baseline press. Then the next thing we're going to do here is we're going to shade over the top, and which is going to be triangle up on the right stick again. Then what we're going to do is we are actually going to take not only the slot corner that's blitzing and the linebacker and man them up on players, but we're also going to go and take the safeties and man them up as well. Now, how you're going to man the safeties up is you can either double tap triangle and then press their icon, flick the right stick up, and then press the receiver icon, or you could just go and just click onto them, press X, and then do basically the same steps. But we're going to take a look at this here. As you can see, pretty much everybody's manned up here except the running back, and you also have a couple of extra routes on the field as well with a curl flat as well as 2 deep zones. That way you won't get beat too bad. Now, another adjustment you could do, another optional adjustment is you could go and you could take the safeties and kind of move them more down into the box. That way they'd be better equipped to play man coverage against like drag routes and that kind of thing. But what we're going to do, we're just going to throw a spy on, and they're going to run the ball. That's pretty nice here. I mean, as you can see, it was like a 5-yard gain. You know, nothing really too much here, so I'm just going to do this again. You're going to see that, you know, it doesn't really take that long. So, you know, what I like to do is I like to man the safeties up first, then worry about the other players. So I'm just going to go move Thornhill down, move Sorensen down, and we're just going to go with that. And as you can see, that's the defense here. Pretty simple. And now we're just going to go, and we're going to run this play. And we're going to see, I mean, yeah, you know, that man coverage can sometimes get beat right there with that, I don't know what that is. Yeah, that's a curl route, I believe. So let's quickly take a look, though, at this right here. You're going to see, first of all, we're going to cover this player. He is manned up, and we also have the user right there as well. Now, if he were to throw this ball about right here, Anthony Hitchens would be in a very good spot to pick this ball off because he is dropping back in a curl flat. And then moving on as well, we're going to have the other receiver right here, the other drag route coming from the right side. You're going to see that he's pretty well covered right here. He does have man coverage as well as the user right there and Anthony Hitchens, so all of us could really make a play on that one. Then we're also going to go and cover the tight end. You're going to see that he's going to go on kind of like a flat wheel route or like a wheel route, that kind of thing. And Tyrann Mathieu has him pretty covered right here. If he were to throw this ball, probably would have been intercepted. And then finally, we got this player here as well. You know, he is manned up upon. Now, unfortunately, Daniel Sorensen does not play really tight man coverage. I mean, you're going to have that. Some guys aren't going to play really tight man coverage. But, I mean, overall, this is a decent defense here to run. And now, guys, we're going to move into, I believe, what is this, like the 4th and final setup? So I'll see you guys there. All right, guys, so this is the 4th and final setup. We are running against gun tray wide flex. So the final setup here, we're going to base the line, we're going to press, then we're going to shade underneath and over the top. Once again, it's going to be triangle down the right stick, then triangle up on the right stick. Then we're just going to do the same thing as last time. We're just going to man up the players right here. So we're going to man up the safety. We're going to man up the safeties, and we're also going to man up the blitzing players. So I believe it's the slot cornerback as well as the one of the linebackers. So we're just going to run here real quick, and you're going to see we're going to run against PA crossers, which is a very common play. Pretty much all clamps. Now, unfortunately, I actually did not make the catch on a broken play, but we're just going to take a look at this. This was PA crossers. I did come out in it. I probably should have actually came out in like some money plays right here, but essentially first we're going to watch here this tight end. You're going to see that he's pretty well covered, man. I'm not going to lie. He's pretty well covered right here on man coverage. You know, it's about what you can expect out of a safety. So, I mean, what are you going to do? You know, it's whatever. Now we're going to move on as well to the cornerbacks or the receivers here. You're going to see that I do cover it pretty well, and also man coverage does stay pretty consistent. Now we're going to move on to the slot receiver. You're going to see he's on kind of like a post. You're going to see that Tyrann Mathieu covers him pretty well. And then finally, we're going to move on to this player right here who is on I don't know what that is, like a deeper post. You're going to see once again, he's covered pretty well. Like, this is honestly a very good defense. Now, I will recommend as well, something that you could do that I did not mention before. I'm just going to go back here. What you possibly can do is you can go and you can actually go into your subs. What you could do to get better man coverage out of your safeties is you can go and you could actually sub in cornerbacks at safeties. So like, for example, right here, I subbed in Rashad Fenton as well as Brashad Breeland, and then I just made sure that all my other players were in. You know, that way it would play better man coverage and whatnot. And then you can also go and sub in, like, let's say Armani Watts is not good enough, we can sub in Juan Thornhill in this position, and then he would be better in man coverage. So, you know, you could really do that. It's really up to you. I should have mentioned it early in the video. I just realized it now. I apologize. But, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash a like. Go stretch past 5 likes. Thank you so much for watching. Most importantly, stay classy.